you take charge of taking attendance?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, because no one is talking. I want to know who is joining for the first time. Only 2 Matajis joined, and I don't know who's joining.
Yes, Mataji. What I have observed is there are many new joinees in this group over this 1 week. And yesterday also I saw many people joining the group, but I don't know how many are attending here. Currently 19 participants, I see that.
Okay, so only reason thank you, Prabhu. The only reason I'm asking is that I would like to go over the first slides that we did. They will probably have to read the first 23 verses. I will request all of you.
Sure.
But we'll just go over the slides very quickly. Is that okay with all the co-hosts? Kartik Prabhu, Roshan, Shashi Prasad Prabhu, is that okay with Shailesh Kumar Dikshit Prabhu? You have been coming.
Yeah, fine, madam.
Yes,
fine,
okay.
Absolutely,
fine,
no
Mataji.
problem.
Okay, so please mute yourself and okay.
Mataji, recording
No, they
started.
took care. They took care. Roshan and Shashi Prasad Prabhu took care. It's recording. Stop. Thank you. So, okay. So, please mute yourself. And when I ask you a question, unmute. We'll read together. Dharneshwari Mataji, Hare Krishna. I see you there. Okay. So, let's go over. This is, I already did this last week with this class.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So, introduction and chapter 1, Bhagavad Gita as it is. This is a detailed study group. This is an etiquette that whenever we start, we pay obeisances to our guru and acharyas, Bhakti, the whole lineage, but we especially pay obeisances to our founder acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Does anyone want to talk about Prabhupada? I can change the slides. There are senior students in this class. Does anyone want to speak? And I'll be happy to go on changing the slides. Please tell me. Roshan.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes. Do you want to talk about Prabhupada? I'll change the slides. Or
Mataji,
you want me
I can't speak much about it. So Mataji, you go on.
Okay. So Srila Prabhupada, thank you, Prabhu. So Srila Prabhupada is a founder acharya. I was hearing Prabhupada's interview today in Los Angeles. And Prabhupada was asked by the radio interviewer, did you come to this country to establish ISKCON? And interestingly, Prabhupada said no. I had come to teach the gospel of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but so many young boys and girls got attracted and they became interested, and with their association, I was able to establish something concrete. Such a nice, very honest. This is Srila Prabhupada dancing on first Rath Yatra in the Western world, first ever in the history of the universe. And the deities were carved by Shyam Sundar Prabhu. The rathas were made by Jayanand Goswami. He was Jayanand Prabhu. He was a mechanical engineer. All American boys. Nothing was imported from India. This is Prabhupada, was born in a Vaishnava family, and this is Prabhupada in his childhood. He wanted to do a Rath Yatra. His father took him to a lady who had a broken cart, and his father fixed it for him, and he painted it, and Prabhupada performed first ever Rath Yatra by children in his neighborhood, and all the mothers in the neighborhood made sweetmeats. 1922, Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. He did not want to go. I was hearing that also. He did not want to go because he said when he was a young man, his father used to bring too many yogis and swamis home. So Prabhupada was fed up. He said, I was fed up. But that day, my friend dragged me. No. This particular sannyasi is very, very elevated. So Prabhupada was thanking that friend who dragged him to meet Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada on a rooftop of a friend in 1922. And Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada that day itself gave him an order, preached to the English world. In 1933, Srila Prabhupada took initiation. 1959, he took sannyas, and he was preaching everywhere, printing books, traveling. And this is Prabhupada coming to America in a ship because he had no money. Started ISKCON sitting in a New York Tompkins Square Park for 2 to 5 p.m., Prabhupada writes. Then he was preaching everywhere, Moscow, UK, Los Angeles. And Prabhupada was preaching all the time. He translated over 70 books. He started the magazine Back to Godhead I have subscribed to it. I can't see my magazine. Maybe it's upstairs. And this, I will not show the video, but we'll come to the end to the benefit of this is Prabhupada's timeline. So he basically, sorry. So he basically visited 12 times around the globe, 25 countries, and everywhere he went, he established a center for Krishna consciousness. So by the time from 1965 to 1977, when Prabhupada departed this world, he had opened 108 temples. Okay, so we beg the mercy of Shri Shri Radha Govinda, most merciful deities. I must tell you the pastime how we got them. There was this tobacco owner company in Mangalore. He used to come. I was there. I was a student at that time in 2005 maybe. So he used to come. He was not a devotee, but he was very inclined. So I remember Prabhu talking to us, maybe we should ask him to give us the deities. So they spoke and he gave us the deities. The deities came from Jaipur. And these are Mula deities. Mula deities never leave the altar. And then there are small deities, right? Radha Govinda, small deities in front where my arrow is. Deities. So all the festivals are performed by the small deities like Abhisheka and all. They leave the altar. So I brought them from Vrindavan. So, but these Radha Govinda temple, Radha Govinda deities are so beautiful. The minute you enter the temple, you just get enticed. Prabhu was telling me that they have opened the darshan and there is a big window. Like, let's say this is this and behind me is a window. So people are walking and doing darshan nowadays because no one can come inside. So this is under the supervision of our team lead, our Siksha Guru, Nishtha Prabhu. And please visit the temple if you can get a chance ever. This is a detailed course. I have used these references, Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is. And then Bhurijana Das, surrender onto me. This is a corollary study. I was trying to locate a PDF if I can share with all of you. Then Mayapur Institute Bhakti Shastri. Yes.
Mataji, have you ever you in Mangalore?
Yeah, I was in Mangalore for all 6 years. My training, I was studying in Mangalore only, right? That's where I got the.
Oh, okay.
Prabhu came to my college. Navanesh Prabhu came to my college, to my medical college. So, and then
Okay,
Krishna
Mataji.
Consciousness Society UK. Okay, so I think we'll skip this. We'll do this at the end. Is that okay? The icebreaker. We'll do this at the end. These are the major themes in Bhagavad Gita. I will be bringing up this chart again and again. This slideshow is only for new participants. This has already been done with my older students, the seniors. Okay, so this is only for you. You don't have to memorize. You don't have to do anything. There are different themes and there are 150 verses which describe. So this x-axis is chapters and y-axis is the themes which are discussed. So we are on chapter 1 and the two themes which are discussed in this chapter is relationship between Jiva, Ishvara and Prakriti and then Varnashram Dharma. Okay, so different voices in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, there are 700 verses. Krishna speaks 575. Arjuna speaks 83, mostly in chapter 1 and 11 and just 28 in another 12 chapters. Sanjaya speaks 41, mostly in chapter 1, 2 and 11 and 18. And Dhritarashtra speaks 1 verse. Epithets, Krishna is addressed in Bhagavad Gita with over 20 names. Arjuna is addressed with over 20 names, I'm sorry. By the way, that should be a question 2 for every week. What is the name of Krishna used in this chapter so far, whatever we read? Yeah, we should do that. And Krishna, 33 names has been addressed. Why Bhagavad Gita as it is? There are over 600 translations. This is from the introduction of the book. Because it is not contaminated by the interpretation of the commentator. This is presented as it is. And Krishna is established as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Prabhupada gives an analogy of a patient and prescribed treatment by the doctor in the introduction. If a patient is diseased, then the treatment is medicine and diet. One cannot imagine their own treatment. They have to go to a trained person, right? So that way, if we want to know Krishna, if I want to know myself as a part and parcel of Krishna, I must approach an authority who can give me the knowledge as it is, without putting their own mind in it. What is Bhagavad Gita? The purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from the science of material existence. Every man is in difficulty in so many ways. As Arjuna was also in difficulty in having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra. Arjuna surrendered unto Sri Krishna, and consequently this Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Not only Arjuna, but every one of us is full of anxieties because of this material existence. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence. Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non-existence. Our existence is eternal, but somehow or other we are put into asat. Asat refers to that which is not, which does not exist. So my senior students, please tell me what are the 4 main sufferings and 3 primary sufferings. And anyone can raise hand and answer this question. 4 primary and 3 secondary sufferings. Very quick, we haven't started today's class yet. Oh, my new attendees. Okay, Mataji, please go ahead. Kandu Kuri. Unmute yourself.
Yeah. Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, and one more is
help your classmate. Help. This is a very interactive class. There are only 23 participants.
Adidaivika.
So are they primary or secondary?
These are secondary.
Very nice.
Primary, birth, death, old age and disease.
Very nice. So anyone else can help your classmate? What is Adi Devika? What is Adhyatmika? What is Adi Bhautika? What are these terms? My seniors, please don't defame me now. Whole 18 days we were together.
Adi Daivika is the problems through the natural calamities. Those are Adi Daivika. And Adi Atmika means something related to the body, the disease and other issues. Adi Bhautika means problems from the other entities.
Yes, very nice. Very nice, Mataji. Thank you. So what is the meaning of conditioned soul? So these 2 terms are used very, very often in Bhagavad Gita. One is conditioned and another is false ego. What does it mean? Prabhupada explains this in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. So when we are materially contaminated, we are called conditioned. False consciousness is exhibited under the impression that I am a product of material nature. This is called false ego. One who is absorbed in the thought of bodily conceptions cannot understand his situation. So what are the material contaminations? What are the material contaminations? What are the 3 modes of nature? Those are the contaminations. Yes. Now I'm going to take Raju Prabhu. You have been my oldest student in this class. Go Prabhu, please. Keep my respect.
Sorry, Mataji.
No, Prabhu. No, 3 modes of material nature. What are they?
Mataji, this is goodness, passion, and ignorance.
Raju Prabhu, you have very nice classmates. You have very nice classmates. So much unity, huh? Okay. So 5 things are discussed in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, who's talking about it? Dharneshwari Mataji?
Okay, Mataji.
Dharneshwari Mataji. Mataji, can unmute. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
What are the
5 things? I'm not able to recollect. I was telling about the goodness, compassion, and ignorance, the 3 modes.
No, compassion, nahi, passion. You're so sweet. Compassion, no compassion. Goodness, passion, and ignorance.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. No, sorry, please. Okay. Yes. So, okay, 5 things discussed in Bhagavad Gita. What are the 5 things which are discussed in Bhagavad Gita?
Mataji.
Please raise your hand.
Okay.
Shashi Prasad Prabhu, you are the class monitor. I know that. Kandupuri Prabhu, Shashi Prasad Prabhu, you will be the last one to answer. Anyone
Okay,
else?
Mataji.
You guys have to interact because it's very hard for me to preach on to a dead wall. It's a dead wall. So you have to show me you're all living and hearing and interacting. Are you all scared of being wrong? You can tell me half answer, partial answer, 1 answer, but speak.
Mataji, should I try?
Yes, please try. Who is it?
Sandhyarani, Kandukuri Sandhyarani.
Oh, Mataji, can you wait?
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Anybody else? Yes.
Bhakti, can I talk?
Mataji, you are muted.
No, I'm speaking to my sister. She's calling, but Raju Prabhu, Karthik Prabhu.
Can I talk?
Okay, Mataji, go. Sandhya Mataji.
Yeah, one is about Jiva, about the soul.
One
And
second,
one is about,
Mataji. Mataji,
yeah.
1 second. Chitra Raja Pradeep. Yes, please unmute yourself.
Yes, Mataji. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, then Kala, Karma.
Kala Karma, I heard, I did not hear before. Kala Karma.
Ishvara,
Huh?
Jiva,
Huh?
Prakriti.
Very nice. Very nice. Are you attending for the first time or you were there with us?
Yes, I was there, ma'am.
Very
Mataji.
nice. Thank you so much
Thank
for keeping my izzat. So, yes, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. Out of the 5 things which are discussed, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti are eternal. Kala and Karma are temporary because they come and go, manifested and annihilated. So again, Ishvara, which is Krishna, Prakriti, which is the material modes of nature and material nature, also called as Pradhan, Jiva, the living entity or the soul, Kala, which is a time factor, Karma. Karma means the action which we do, which gives us a material body. Okay, chapter 1, main themes. Verse 1, Dharam Kshetre, Kurukshetre. 1 to 3, Duryodhana's diplomacy. 14 to 20, signs of victory for the Pandavas. 21 to 27, Krishna is Bhaktivatsala. Arjuna's reason for not fighting, 28 to 46. And these are the reasons he gave, which hopefully we'll be able to get to. Now, coming back to the homework questions. Yes, my attendees, did you do the homework? Can you please raise hand if you can recite verse 1?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu, go, please go, Prabhu.
Okay, the first one is on the one verse we read by the Dhritarashtra in the, out of the 700, only there was only one verse by Dhritarashtra.
Yeah, only one verse we have to memorize.
Yes, so that is, I can recite it.
Yes.
Okay, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuvutsava Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Pandavaschaiva Kima Avarta Kima Veta Sanjaya Akurvata Sanjaya Kima Akurvata Sanjaya.
Very nice. Thank you. Kim Akurta. Akurta means what did they do? Thank you so much. Yes. So Shashi Prasad Prabhu works 19 hours out of 24 hours and he still is memorizing the verses. He still helped me to check all the question papers from last class. He has a family. So Prabhu, I'm very proud of you. Thank you very much. Karthik Prabhu, please go.
Mataji, I would like to repeat the same.
Yes.
Mataji.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu, go.
Yeah, the Drashta watch Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveda Yutsava, Mamaka Pandava Chaiva, Kim Akurvata Sanjaya.
Haribol, yes. Yes, anyone else? I heard Shailesh Dikshit Prabhu's voice. Yes, Prabhuji, you can unmute yourself. Anybody else who has memorized the verse?
Mataji,
Yeah.
I will be able to do it.
Okay, let's give the lady a chance. Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Dharmashetre Kurukshetre, Samaveda Yuyutsavaha, Mamaka Pandava Chaiva, Kimakuruvata Sanjaya.
Very nice. Yes, Shailesh Prabhu, please go.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetra Kurukshetre Samveta  Mamaka Pandavasya Kim Kurvate with Sanjaya.
Very nice. Yes, very nice, Prabhu. Little bit
Thank you.
refinement is needed, but very nice. Yes, Roshan, go.
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुत्सवः मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय.
Very nice. Rupa Mataji, please go.
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुत्सवः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वतः सञ्जयः.
Very nice, Mataji. Yes, Raju Prabhu, you're unmuted. Would you like to say?
Same one, Mataji, or other one?
Your voice is cracking.
First one?
First one. No open book. Open book over. Now I'm supposed to memorize the words.
No, Mataji. Dharmakshatre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuvasava Mamaka Pandavaivacha Kimakurvata Sanjaya.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Shivangi Mataji, please go.
धृतराष्ट्रवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे संवेता युत्सवा मामका पाण्डवश्चैव किं कुर्वत संजय.
Kim akurvat Sanjaya. Very nice, Mataji. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. So most of you did it. Thanks. What was the other question? Can someone remind me?
The couches, five couches, the couches of
Conch
Pandavas.
shells.
Conch
Yes.
shells. Shall I
Can
try?
someone name the name of Krishna's conch? Raise your hand.
Panchajanya.
You're the monitor. You're supposed to monitor. Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
sorry.
Arjuna's.
I will take it.
I am also going to cheat because I also don't remember. Arjuna's conch. What is the name? Chaitra Ratha Pradeep.
Devadatta.
Who spoke?
Dharanishwari.
Dharanishwari Mataji, very nice, but you're a senior student, so
okay.
Okay, Yudhishthira Maharaj's conch shell. What is the name mentioned in first chapter?
Ananta Vijaya.
Very nice, Chaitra Raja
Mataji.
Uday Kumar Prabhu. So Nakul and Sadev's conch shell. What is the name?
Sughosha and Mani Pushpaka. Mataji.
Who is speaking?
Sughosha.
Mataji, this is Annapurna.
Oh, Annapurna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah,
Krishna. Okay, Sughosha and Mani Pushpaka. Okay, what is Bhima's conch shell?
Poundra.
Poundra
Mataji.
Yes.
Poundra.
Thank you very much. And the other question was Hanuman. When Hanuman appeared on the flag of Arjuna, I requested you to find out the pastime. How did Hanuman agree? What was the pastime between Arjuna and Bhima and Hanuman? Anybody please raise your hand. Yes, Uday Kumar Ramatirtham Prabhu. Karthik Prabhu, you know the answer?
Yes, Mataji, I'll try.
Yes.
Once Draupadi asked to collect lotus flowers or some kind of flower, and Bhima went searching for the flowers, and on the way he by mistake he kept his foot on the tail of a monkey. So the monkey was was asking to lift the tail, and then only he found it was Hanumanji. So he was not able to lift, and then Hanuman appeared, showed his real form, and told that he will come and help in Arjuna's chariot. Will be in the Arjuna's chariot.
Yes,
Is
very
that
nice.
right? Is that right, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, we can put
Thank
some
you.
here and there.
Mataji, I've heard something different.
Once again, Roshan, Shailesh Kumar Prabhu, please go. He was raising his hand before. Shailesh Kumar Prabhu, please unmute yourself. You can talk. We haven't started today's class yet.
Hello. Am I
Yes.
okay?
Yes, please go ahead.
Arjuna, he went over for a pilgrimage and landed up in Rameshwaram. There, the saying he was shown.
Badrika Ashram, not Rameshwaram. Rameshwaram is south. Badrika Ashram.
No.
Go, Prabhu, go.
I'm talking about the Adams Bridge, Ram Setu. Regarding
So
Ram
why?
Setu, it so happened was when he was narrated that Ram had, with the help of the army of Sugriva and Hanuman, they constructed the bridge with the boulders and the tree trunks. Then he said, when Ram happened to be such a great archer, why did he do that? He could have done as well with the bow, with the arrows itself, and he could have crossed that. Then he said, can it withstand? Then it so happened that yes, it can be done. Then Arjuna is saying he fired his arrows and said that it can pass. Then the Hanuman at that time was in a small case, small size. Then he has indicated he wanted to pass over that. He doesn't this thing. He has changed over to his Virat troop, and based on that, the whole bridge collapsed. Then he realized that how he was made humble of that. Then subsequently he bowed down to Hanuman, and Hanuman said that I will be at your for your rescue during the Mahabharata time on your chariot as a flag.
This is written in Mahabharata?
That I don't know, but this is what I came to know.
Because this is not what I came to know. But okay, thank you, Prabhu. It's always nice to hear about the pastimes of the Lord.
Right.
Rupa Mataji has raised the hand.
Yes, Rupa Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, I also have heard similar story like what the
Okay.
Prabhu are saying. But instead of Hanuman crossing, I heard a tortoise tried to cross and the bridge collapsed. And Arjuna was shocked, like, I'm the best, and how come this happened? And they came to know it was Krishna. The tortoise was Krishna. He wanted to teach him a lesson not to be too proud. Like, he thought he could build a bridge like how any kind of bridge with his arrows and stuff. But then he understood, okay, then he said, okay, Krishna, I understand this. I understand that, we have to be humble. So he learned a lesson. Similar.
So my reference is, thank you, Mataji, thank you. My reference is Gurujana Das. Gurujana Das is Prabhupada's disciple. Prabhupada told him to read Bhagavad Gita in and out and preach it. So Gurujana Das writes in his book in verse 20 explanation. So I was reading. I tried to look, I couldn't find a PDF. So he writes here, and I read here, that when Arjuna was performing his austerities to collect riches for Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was in Badrika ashram. And when he was performing austerities in Badrika ashram, the other Pandavas were roaming in the forest. So one day, Draupadi saw a flower, lotus flower, 1,000 petal, coming in Alaknanda river. And she told Bhima, please get me a few more of those flowers. I want to give them to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So Bhima went looking for them, like going up top of Alaknanda river. He uprooted the trees. He didn't care about the beast. And he passed over the mortal side of this world. Then he came to the part of the world where no mortal being, the person who is condemned to death, cannot go there. And then he came across a very old monkey, and he was blocking the way of Bhima. And Bhima tried to move the tail of the monkey, and the monkey wasn't moving. So he said very arrogantly, "Hey monkey, move your tail," because it was not an etiquette to cross over someone's body, right? We don't cross over anyone's body because there's Paramatma in the heart. It's a disrespect. So monkey told him that you pick up my tail, move it to the side, and you go. So Bhima told him one more time, but he got the same response. So he tried to move the tail on his own, and it was so heavy. And then he understood that this monkey is not an ordinary personality. Then he paid his obeisances, and Lord Hanuman showed his form. Lord Hanuman and Bhima both are sons of Vayu. So Lord Hanuman hugged Bhima and told him that I will, whenever there's going to be a war, I will come on the flag of your brother Arjuna, and I will make sure that you all win the war. That's what is written by Gurujana Das in this book. I don't know anything else. So my apology for not being aware of anything else.
No, Mataji, one more thing. This was a chapter in 9th standard for a second language. Like this Hanuman ji was in the forest where Bhima went to find. I forget the name of the flower, But
And
this
that
was a
lotus.
chapter in in high
Okay.
school. I remember. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a wonderful story. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Okay, so what was the other question? Did you all hear Srila Prabhupada's lecture, 3rd verse and 20th verse? We have to make a track because
Yes, Mataji. I have
thank
heard.
you. And what was the other question? Did we cover everything?
Yes, Mataji, we covered everything. Maybe that what are the victory signs of victory for Arjuna, the Pandavas?
Very nice. So whoever read the chapter with me last week till verse 23, can you please tell us what are the signs of victory that we came across one by one? Please raise your hand. Or even if you were not with us last week, you can still participate. Yes, Annapurna Mataji. Yes, Mataji, Annapurna Mataji, please go ahead. Anybody else, please raise your hand. Anybody can raise their hands.
The presence of the
yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Mataji. Presence of the Hanuman on the flag of the Arjuna's chariot, and the chariot was given by Agni,
Yes.
which is more auspicious. It can conquer all the 3 worlds, and and main thing is that Lord Krishna was on the side of Arjuna.
Yes. Please help your classmate. Please unmute and help.
May I,
Annapurna
Mataji?
Mataji.
And
Thank you,
Lakshmi also was there with him.
Yes.
Because wherever Krishna is, Lakshmi is too.
Yes, 4 reasons. And 5th one.
Tyaktva Jivita.
Yes, very nice. Yes, please help each other. I'm a moderator. You all can unmute yourself. Then,
Hridaya ani Vyadaryath. Hearts were
yes,
shattered.
yes. What else? Anybody else? Class monitor. Raju Prabhu, Shashi Prasad Prabhu, Kartik Prabhu, Dharneshwari Mataji.
The conch shells were blued and they were transcendental.
And one more thing, important thing, Duryodhana's words itself was very weak. It was saying the others will die. So that is also one of the reasons.
Yes, so he said Tyakta Jivitaha. Yes, you covered most of the things. His bow was Pashupati, was given by Pashupatinath, Kandiva bow. So I think that was the only thing. And Shankhanada, that the conch shells were transcendental. Very nice. Okay, so we will start with chapter text 20.
What is Pashupatinath? Can you please tell us about that?
Yes, anybody else wants to answer this question?
Arjuna possessed Pashupatastra. That is the very most fierce astra. It can't be counterfeited by any other astra.
It was given by Shiva himself to him. Once
yes,
he
had a fight with Shiva. Arjuna had a fight with Shiva, hand fight with Shiva, and after that Shiva appeared in front of him, and then he gave the Pashupatastra to Arjuna. So he was the only person, only one of the few persons who had that astra actually.
Yes, so Raju Prabhu, it was a blessing from Lord Shiva. Arjuna was doing severe austerities. That's why Arjuna's one name is Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya means who was helping Yudhishthira Maharaj to procure all the riches to perform Ashwamedh Yagya. So in his austerity, he met Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva challenged him to fight. Now Arjuna is a Kshatriya, and someone challenges a Kshatriya, they cannot deny it. So he won very, very voraciously and very brave fight he put up. So Lord Shiva blessed him by giving him Pashupati, Kandiva bow, Pashupati Astra. So that is the important.
That Astra is the Pashupata, but is that the Shiva is the Pashupatinath? Is that the name that Shiva name?
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, that's what I know of. If you know something else, let us know. ISKCON has a Shastri committee. ISKCON Shastri committee. Maybe we should call one of the representatives for our classes, right? Okay, so can I please start from today? We'll see how much we can cover because I want to do the questions also. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You can say behind me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So in my Sunday class, oh my God, we had so much fun. Whoever was taking turns in reading, they were also reading the Sanskrit. Not the word meaning, but the Sanskrit and then translation and then purport. It was so melodious. So I will request, who will read? Everyone can read at least 4 or 5 verses. Who would like to read first?
Should I start?
Shashi Prasad Prabhu, monitor? Yes, Prabhu, please go. Yes.
Okay.
Sanjay, Prabhu,
Hare
I hope
Krishna.
you don't mind. I hope I'm not offending you because I call
No,
you.
Mataji, with all pleasure. No, Mataji, it's a blessing. Okay.
You've been working with me so much now. Thank you. And
Thank
even
you.
Rupa Mataji.
Okay. Sanjya uvacha evam ukto rishikesho kudakesna bharata senayor ubayor madhya stapayita ratotmam.
So
Sanjya.
here, this word is important. Sanjaya, Gudagesha. This is the question.
Kudakesh. Okay. Sanjaya. So Sanjaya. Uvacha
No,
is said.
Prabhu, go to translation. Just
Okay, fine.
the words and translation and perfect.
Okay,
I'll tell you what is important there.
fine. So Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, being thus addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. Purport. In this verse, Arjuna is referred as Kudakesha. Kudaka means sleep, and one who conquers sleep is called Kudakesha. Sleep also means ignorance. So Arjuna conquered both sleep and ignorance because of his friendship with Krishna. As a great devotee of Krishna, he could not forget Krishna even for a moment because that is the nature of a devotee. Either in waking or in sleep, a devotee of the Lord can never be free from thinking of Krishna's name, form, quality, and pastimes. Thus, a devotee of Krishna can conquer both sleep and ignorance simply by thinking of Krishna constantly. This is called Krishna consciousness or Samadhi. As Rishikesha, or the director of the senses and mind of every living entity, Krishna could understand Arjuna's purpose in placing the chariot in the midst of the armies. Thus, he did so and spoke as follows.
So, Prabhu, you will still continue, but I just want to bring up Gudakesha. This is a question. What is the meaning of the word Gudakesha? So, Gudaka means sleep, and one who conquers the sleep is Gudakesha. So, there is another personality, Lakshman. In Lord Rama's pastime, Lakshmana was also Gudakesha. He also was not sleeping because he was so busy in serving Lord Rama. He's also called Gudakesha. And Arjuna is called Gudakesha because he could not forget Krishna even for a moment. Sleep means ignorance, not the sleep that I close my eyes and sleeping on the bed. No, sleep means that I am in a slumber of material existence. I am sleeping. Remember I told all of you, Manushya Janama Paya, Radha Krishna Na Bhajiya, Chaniya Shunya Vishab Khaya. You know, after so many millions of lifetimes, one gets the body of a human being, Manushya Janama Paya, Radha Krishna Na Bhajiya. So Radha Krishna did not worship Radha and Krishna in the human form. Chaniya Shunya Vishab Khaya. Knowingly drank the poison again. So that is ignorance. And that is what is the meaning of Gudaka. And so Ananya Bhakti. We are very commonly asked, why 16 rounds? Why not unlimited rounds? Why not one round? Why not no round chanting and only manasa devotion? Like why not only devotional service in the mind? But to come to the stage of Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti means constantly thinking about Krishna. You know, like over here what we are seeing. That a devotee of the Lord can never be free from thinking of Krishna's name, form, quality, and pastimes. I am reading this book nowadays, The Living Name by Sachidanand Maharaj. I bought this book recently. Sachidanand Maharaj is a sannyasi, but he's based in Germany. He's Prabhupada's disciple. And I was reading one pastime when Prabhupada was in Germany. And he wanted to see what Prabhupada does when he's sleeping. So he said, I jumped over a couple of floors and went outside the room where Prabhupada was sleeping, and I was peeping inside through the window. And he said, I saw Prabhupada chanting even in his sleep. So see, all the time thinking about Krishna, not like, okay, I'm going to think about Krishna in this part of the day, other part of the day, I'm going to forget Krishna. So to get to that Ananya Bhakti stage, one has to follow a discipline, Vedehi Bhakti. So one has to do the Vedehi Bhakti. That is why the regulations are given by the acharyas. And this is called Samadhi. Samadhi is not like sitting in a jungle and with control. Tomorrow I'm going to do chapter 6 with the 3 o'clock class. So we're going to have fun there. So not like that. This is the definition of Samadhi. And Hrishikesha means, its name of Krishna means who is the director of the senses and mind of every living entity. Okay, Prabhu, please go. Anybody, if anybody has any question, please interrupt and ask us in the middle. And whoever is raising their hands, please lower your hands because it makes me feel there's something to be done. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Mataji. Bhishma Drona Pramukata Sarvesham cha mahik stitam Uvacha Partha Pasyatan Samavetan Karun iti. So lower, yeah. Translation. In the presence of Bhishma, Drona and all other chieftains of the world, Rishikesha, the Lord, said, just behold Partha, all the Kurus who are assembled here. Purport. As the supersoul of all living entities, Lord Krishna could understand what was going on in the mind of Arjuna. The use of the word Rishikesha in this connection indicates that he knew everything. And the word Partha or the son of Kunti or Partha is also similarly significant in reference to Arjuna. As a friend, he wanted to inform Arjuna that because Arjuna was the son of Partha, the sister of his own father Vasudeva, he had agreed to be the charioteer of Arjuna. Now, what did Krishna mean when he told Arjuna to behold the Kurus? Did Arjuna want to stop there and not fight? Krishna never expected such things from the son of his aunt Pratha. The mind of Arjuna was thus predicated by the Lord in friendly joking.
Pritha. Prabhu, Kunti's name is Pritha.
Pritha, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so this is the verse. Okay, no, Krishna hasn't spoken. Oh no, the Krishna spoke. So this is the verse where Krishna speaks first time in Bhagavad Gita. 1.25. Krishna has not spoken anything before this. Okay? And then Krishna doesn't speak until the middle of the next chapter after he answers.
Mataji, Krishna's father name is Vasudeva and his name is Vasudeva, right? Am I correct? Okay.
Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead. Shashi Prabhu.
Tatra pasyat stitan partha pitra atha pitamaha acharya mathulam bratan putran pautran sakhimha tata asuswaran sudras chaiva senayar ubayor api. Translation. There Arjuna could see, with the midst of the armies of both parties, his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his father-in-law and well-wishers all present there. Purport. On the battlefield, Arjuna could see all kinds of relatives. He could see persons like Burishrava, who were his father's contemporaries, grandfathers Bhishma and Somadatta, teachers like Dronacharya and Kripacharya, maternal uncle like Salya and Sakuni, brothers like Duryodhana, sons like Lakshmana, friends like Ashwatthama, well-wishers like Kritavarma, etc. He could also see the armies which contained many of his friends.
Yeah, so see now Krishna brought the Rath in the middle, and now Arjuna is looking and evaluating the other parties. See, when Duryodhana was evaluating the Pandavas, he wasn't feeling all that, right? He wasn't, there is nothing mentioned. What did he do when he saw the army phalanx arrangement by the Pandavas? What did he do? What did he do when he first saw?
He went to Dronacharya, his guru.
Yes, right? So he went to Dronacharya and he kind of disrespected his guru. That see, your most intelligent disciple, Drishtadumna, has arranged it. But what is Arjuna doing? That he is seeing all the relatives. And now this is 1.27. You may note, this is the verse which where he's going to give the first reason that Krishna, I'm not going to fight. This is the first verse where he gives the first reason. Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead. Shashi Prasad Prabhu, you can still, are you still there?
Okay, sorry, I was on mute. Okay. Tana Samikshya Sa Kauntaye Sarvan Vadun Avistitan Kripaya Paryavista Visidhan Idam Abravit. Translation: When the son of Kunti, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus.
Yes. One thing I want to tell all of you, this is Balram font. This font in which the Sanskrit is written in English is called Balaram font. So whenever there's this words like a roof on top of an alphabet, it means it's a bigger vowel. Ah. So it's tan, not tan. Tan. So if you go here, you will also see it's tan, right? This is tan. And whenever there is a dot under the word, it means it's ha. Samikshayaha. Like that. Okay. And whenever there is I think that's all it has come so far. Only the halant and the visarg. Okay. So overwhelmed with compassion. So 1.27, first reason, compassion. Okay, Prabhu, you can read till 30 and then we will relieve you. Is that okay?
Yes, fine. Arjuna Uvacha Drishemam Swajanam Krishna Yuyutsum Samapastitam Siddhanti Mama Gatrani Mukam Cha Parisati. Translation: Arjuna said, "My dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up." Purport: Any man who has genuine devotion to the Lord has all the good qualities which are found in godly persons or in the demigods, whereas the non-devotee, however advanced he may be in material qualifications by education and culture, lacks in godly qualities. As such, Arjuna, just after seeing his kinsmen, friends, and relatives on the battlefield, was at once overwhelmed by compassion for them who had so decided to fight amongst themselves. As far as his soldiers were concerned, he was sympathetic from the beginning, but he felt compassion even for the soldiers of the opposite party, foreseeing their imminent death. And so thinking, the limbs of his body began to quiver and his mouth became dry. He was more or less astonished to see their fighting spirit. Practically the whole community, all blood relatives of Arjuna, had come to fight with him. This overwhelmed a kind devotee like Arjuna. Okay, this overwhelmed a kind devotee like Arjuna. Although it is not mentioned here, still one can easily imagine that not only were Arjuna's body limbs quivering and his mouth drying up, but that he was also crying out of compassion. Such symptoms in Arjuna were not due to weakness, but due to his soft-heartedness, a characteristic of a pure devotee of the Lord. It is said, therefore, Yasyasti Bhaktir Bhagavati Akinchana सर्वैर्गुणैस्तत्र समस्ते सुरः हराव अभ्याकत्स्य कुतो महद्गुण मनोरथं सति धवोत बहि. One who has unflinching devotion for the personality of Godhead has all the good qualities of the demigods. But one who is not a devotee of the Lord has only material qualifications that are of little value. This is because he is hovering on the mental plane and is certain to be attracted by the glaring material energy.
So nice. It's Bhagavatam 5th canto, 18th chapter, 12th verse. We can have a very nice discussion on this. See, there are so many educated, so many rich, so many beautiful, so many strong, and so many people who are renounced. But why, and these are the things which attract a living entity in this world. The 6 things, right? Beauty, fame, renunciation, knowledge, strength, and did I say knowledge? I said knowledge, right? So what are the 6 things which are there? Beauty, fame, knowledge, renunciation, strength, What is the sixth thing? What am I missing?
Wealth, madam. Wealth, Mataji.
Yes, thank you, Aishwarya. Yes. So these are the six things which are attracting one living entity to another, or causing envy, or making enemy, whatever, right? But Prabhupada is saying that if a person is not devoted, and let's say a person is very knowledgeable, let's say a scientist in NASA, it's not easy to get there. A person is sitting there, but if he or she is not a devotee of Krishna, then that material qualification is of little value. Now, if I ask you this question, how will you say that it is of little value? How will you prove it from Krishna consciousness, that Krishna consciousness is more important? Yes, you can have whatever opulence, whatever knowledge, whatever strength you want. But if we are not a devotee of Krishna, then everything that you have is nothing but a big zero. Rupa Goswami Prabhupada actually says that in Nectar of Devotion, that everything that we have is a big zero. We can have a zero. Oh, I have a very nice family, 1 0. Very nice education, another zero. Very nice business, another zero. Very nice wealth, another zero. Krishna is like 1. We can have so many zeros, and we can put Krishna as 1 in front of the zeros. The zeros will have so much value. Other than, if we don't put Krishna in those places, then they're nothing but zeros. They're gonna disappear very soon. How are you gonna practically tell me? What is your realization? I want to hear. Yes, Rupa Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, because we see people who have studied so much, or they may have wealth or whatever, but today we see a lot of depression, anxiety, and it happens actually. Here in India, they don't talk much about it, but they, in open US and stuff, in other countries, they are quite open about it. Like, that somebody has a problem, they go to the doctor, fix it, go for counseling sessions and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter whether they have the education or money, or they live in the best of the best places or anything. So there's something lacking in them. It is that's what once they understand Krishna consciousness, and if they're on that path, probably they will not feel all this. They'll not have this fear or anxiety, because they know there is somebody looking out for them. And if that gets into their heart, probably that will start the healing process. I feel that's the answer.
Very nice. So she gave 1 point. You all are classmates. You need to interact. 23 people, 23 students. So yes, Rupa Mataji gave a very valid point, that if the richest countries of the world are suffering from so many mental disorders, why are they suffering? Because they're missing something, right? Anybody else? I want to know, how will you say? Prabhupada is saying, quoting Bhagavatam here, yasyati bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarver gune satra samashta shuraha harav abhaktasya kuto mahad guna manorathe nasti dhavato bahi. Nothing, no value, because it's attracted by the glaring material energy. Mataji said 1 point, 1 practical example. More points?
Mataji, this material education which we get will not accompany us in our next life, and the spiritual is going to come with us in our next life also.
Yes. So how are you? So is that what you're saying, that because that's how it is of little value, because it is so temporary?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so 1 point I'm writing is the mental disorders. What else? Then asat, education. If you remember 9th chapter, we read, Krishna says this is the king of all knowledge. And I had put up a question to all of you at that point. Why is King Krishna calling this as a king of all knowledge? Why is the MD degree, or a PhD degree, or a MBA degree, or whatever degrees are out there, postdoc, MPhil, why are those not king of knowledge? Please don't hesitate to be wrong. Mataji, please give chance to someone else. Because I can sit here and answer all questions. That's not the point.
Okay. Mataji, many people don't even realize that they are the soul. And actually in India, it's quite common. If somebody is doing something, you say, I wonder who is born in your family. which I mean, it's quite common to say this is a soul, that is a soul. But most of the people in the world don't realize that they are the soul, not just the body. So they go fix their nose and hair and stuff like that. Like that is also important. I'm not saying that, but the basic knowledge of, like, I'm the soul and there is a supreme soul. That
Okay,
is lacking.
I got the point. You're saying that material qualification is not leading to the knowledge of the soul. It is leading only to the knowledge of the body.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Okay, anybody else? I just have to
And
open the door.
Mataji, it doesn't speak about Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi.
Yes. Can you just hold for 1 second, or please go on? I just have to open the door. Please go on for a second. Vedu, Mama is here. Vedu. Vedu. Aja Ranjit. I'm sorry, my sister came to pick up her daughter. Yes. Okay. Everybody participate. Kartik Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, like more greediness, it gets developed when someone gets more of the materialistic things. The more greedy the person becomes, and he thinks he is the Ishvara, and he forgets the actual Ishvara. Krishna is the Ishvara. So that's what I
Okay.
think.
Yes. Thank you. Anybody else? Shashi Prasad Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So now, when you are in Krishna consciousness, you are going back to the Krishna's world. So means completely surrendered to the Krishna, and only then you will be able to know okay, whatever you enjoy, it is for Krishna. Only Krishna is the enjoyer. So that if you are getting into those undivided devotion towards Krishna, then you will have that. You will see that happiness in it is some other state, both in good and bad. You see the same thing.
Okay, so you are also pressing the same thing, that a soul is a part and parcel of Krishna.
Yes.
So if I make Krishna happy, then I will automatically become happy.
Yes.
And I will end up with Krishna. Okay, that's nice. Thank you. Anybody else? Is my question clear? I am playing devil. So you have to play Asura, a demigod. Right? I am saying that these material qualifications, MD, MBA, MPhil, PhD, they have material value. Why is Krishna saying here that they are of little value? Why is he saying that person who is having so high degrees is not, if he's not, or she is not a devotee of Krishna, has no good qualities?
May I tell something?
Mm-hmm.
Say, for any sort of education, it depends upon the discipline in which you are trying. If you are an engineering, you cannot operate onto this thing, the medical side. The same thing on the material plane, what you have learned doesn't apply to this thing, the spiritual plane. The spiritual plane is the one which is for the Atma and Paramatma, which is indestructible, whereas the material one is a destructible one, and it goes, even if you know the topmost of information or the knowledge in that, it will not help you reach to the Paramatma.
Okay, well, that's a very nice argument. Okay, so then that's not the primary goal of a human being. Primary goal of a human being is to realize the self and as a part and parcel of Krishna and go back to Krishna. Yes. So what it basically means, thank you so much, everybody. What it basically means is that there is no restriction in having a family. There is no restriction in adding too many medals or degrees in one's life. But it has to be done through Krishna. If one forgets Krishna and then goes on acquiring all these things, then these things are of very little value, because the main goal of life is gone. Because always like 4 primary sufferings are going to be there. Person is going to die, and all these opulences, all these things are going to be of no value. But if, let's say, somebody is very educated or very rich, like Amrish Maharaj Das, Alfred Ford, the co-owner of the Ford company. He's a billionaire, but he's Prabhupada's disciple. So in his lifetime, he's using his riches to serve his guru. So it has eternal benefit. But if someone is very rich and they don't use it, their riches or their power to propagate Krishna consciousness or to cultivate it for themselves, then what is the value? Because ultimately, somebody needs 6 feet land at the end. So it really has no value. It's very deep science and it's a realization, it's a knowledge which is realized. You cannot put it down the throat of someone. Okay, very nice. We can go ahead. Few more verses. Vipasthidascha sharire me.
Yes. Vipatascha sarire me Roma harsasya jayate Gandhavyam smramastate astat Tvaka chaiva paridyate. My whole body is trembling and my hair is standing on end. My bow Gadiva is slipping from my hand and my skin is burning. Purport. There are two kinds of trembling of the body and two kinds of standings of the hair on end. Such phenomenon occur either in great spiritual ecstasy or out of great fear under material conditions. There is no fear in transcendental realization. Arjuna's symptoms in this situation are out of material fear, namely loss of life. This is evident from other symptoms also. He became so impatient that his famous bow Gandiva was slipping from his hands, and because his heart was burning within him, he was feeling a burning sensation of the skin. All these are due to material conception of life.
Yes, thank you. So see, he's crying, he's trembling. Two kinds of trembling. One is happening in the great spiritual ecstasy, and another is a great fear under material condition. Okay, they in this situation are out of material fear, means the loss of life. Yes, Prabhu.
Nacha sankonomi avastatam brahmavityascha mana me mana nimatani cha pasyami vipartini kesava. Translation: I am now unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself and my mind is reeling. I foresee only evil, O killer of the Kesi demon. Purport.
So see, he is addressing Krishna's killer of the Keshi demon.
Due to his impatience, Arjuna was unable to stay on the battlefield and he was forgetting himself on account of the weakness of his mind. Excessive attachment of material things puts a man in a bewildering condition of existence. Bhayam diditvaya abhinayasata. Such fearfulness and loss of mental equilibrium takes place in persons who are too affected by material conditions. Arjuna envisioned only unhappiness in the battlefield. He would not be happy even by gaining victory over the foe. The word nimitta is significant. When a man sees only frustration in his expectation, he thinks, why am I here? Everyone is interested in himself and his own welfare. No one is interested in the Supreme Self. Arjuna is supposed to show disregard for self-interest by submission to the will of Krishna, who is everyone's real self-interest. The conditioned soul forgets this and therefore suffers material pains. Arjuna thought that his victory in the battlefield only be a cause of lamentation for him.
Yeah. So this is one of the three verses which tell us about the second reason why Arjuna is not going to fight. The second reason is no enjoyment. See, bhayam dvitya abhinishi veshashtaha means that there is fearfulness and loss of mental equilibrium because of dvitya, because a person sees two things, living and dead. That I'm going to die, or my family members are going to die, so I am fearful. So this is one of the first reasons of explaining compassion, because he's now anxious, right? I have a vision for this group. This group is small. The other group is very big. So small group is like nice. It's nice. It's very manageable. You all have to like make groups to do some like assignments. Like I want to do because I have not given the proper questions yet. So please interact with each other and see who can connect with who. For the sake of doing these assignments, let's say I tell you, okay, research more on Bhayam Ditya Vibhini Vishetaha. And then next week, we keep 1 week just for discussing what each group has to present. Then you go back and I will give you references. I'm not going to leave you wild. I'll give you references. See, Bhayam is also mentioned in 7th chapter where Ashwatthama is going to release the weapon. He released Brahmastra and Arjuna is fearful, where Arjuna prays, Krishna Krishna Mahabaho Bhaktanam Abhayankaraha Tvam Ekam Dvaya Mananam Apavargo Hi Samshitehe. So Abhayankara, only he can instill fearlessness. So I will give references that go hear this, someone in the group can go and read Prabhupada's lecture or hear Prabhupada's lecture. Someone can read Bhagavatam, someone reads Bhagavad Gita, and then you all combine and write like 200 or 300 pages. Or maybe nothing to write, just record your voices and then you present in the group. How many of you are willing to do this? Because I don't want to put in the energy if no one is willing.
Yes, Mataji, it is a nice idea.
Because we are not in a hurry to finish the book. We are in a hurry to understand the book, not finish. So please raise your hand or write in the chat like if you're interested about it. Roshan said yes, but what about the others?
Yes,
Mataji,
yes, Mataji, I'm also interested, Mataji. Karthik here.
Okay. What, Prabhu? Thank you, Prabhu. What did you
Yes,
say, Shashi?
Mataji, I will also do.
Okay, Dharneshwari. No, this chat today, I'm able to only send private messages to you. I could not able to send to everyone. Is it
Oh,
best?
really?
Yeah.
No, I had enabled it to publicly. No,
Yeah,
it
no.
is enabled. It is enabled now.
Okay.
I am interested. Vijay Prabhu is writing it. So anybody who is not interested, and it's totally fine not to be interested. Kartik Prabhu is writing, I'm interested. So anybody who is not interested, please express that also. Because I don't want to, I don't want anyone to get bored. You have to learn it. Okay, please keep writing and we'll keep going forward. 31. Who is? Thank you, Shashi Prasad Prabhu. You read so well. Anybody else? Taneshwari Mataji, would you like to read?
May I?
Yes, Mataji, I will
Okay,
do.
from 31 to
Okay. Nata Nacha Shreyo Nupashamya Hatva Swajanam Ahava Na Kanshe Vijayam Krishna Nacha Rajyam Shukanisha. I don't see how any good can have come from killing my own kinsman in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Purport. Without knowing that one's self-interest is in Vishnu or Krishna, conditioned souls are attracted bodily relationship, hoping to be happy in such situations. Under delusion, they forget that Krishna is also the cause of material happiness. Arjuna appears to have even forgotten the moral codes for a Kshatriya. It is said that two kinds of men, namely the Kshatriya who dies directly in front of the battlefield under Krishna's personal orders, and the person in the renounced order of life who is absolutely devoted to spiritual culture, are eligible to enter into the sun globe, which is so powerful and dazzling. Arjuna is reluctant even to kill his enemies, let alone his relatives. He thought that by killing his kinsman, there would be no happiness in his life, and therefore he was not willing to fight, just as a person who does not feel hunger is not inclined to cook. He has now decided to go into the forest and live a scheduled life in frustration. But as a Kshatriya, he requires a kingdom for his subsistence, because the Kshatriyas cannot engage themselves in any other
occupation. Mataji, you still there? Is she still there? Mataji, we can't hear you. Maybe she hanged up. Maybe her internet is having problem. Anyone else would like to read until Mataji joins us back?
I will read, Mataji.
Sure, Prabhu. Please go ahead. Day 4. Raju Prabhu, you can read. Therefore, he considers himself.
Mataji, I'm checking where it is.
Yeah, I have a, therefore he considers himself, I've marked it, fit to go to the
Okay,
forest.
therefore he considered himself fit to go to the forest to live the secular
Scheduled life of frustration. Sorry, Mataji.
scheduled life of frustration.
Secluded life. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Raju Prabhu. Can we give her the chance back?
Yeah.
Okay. Mataji, you want to read this Sanskrit or you want to read the English? Because
Yeah,
I can't.
English.
Okay.
Yeah. Kima
Kimno Rajena
किं नो
Govinda.
राजेन गोविन्द
Kinnor
किं भोहैर्जीवितनेव येषाम् अर्थे काङ्क्षितं नो राज्यं भोग सुहानि च तैम वशिष्ठयुद्धे प्राणां स्तैवक्त धनानि च आचार्यपितरा पुत्रास् तत्वैषा पितामहा मातुला शशुरा पौत्रा शैल्या सम्बन्धिनस्तथा एतना हन्तुम् इच्छमै गणठो हि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतोः किमनु माहि कृते निहते द्रादराष्ट्रां न का प्रीता सैन्य जनार्दनः.
Very nice. Nice vibration. Okay, Mataji.
Arjuna, oh Govinda, of what avail to us our kingdom's happiness or even its our itself when all those for whom we may desire them now are arrayed in this battlefield. O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, father-in-laws, grandsons, brother-in-law, and all relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties are all standing before me, then why should I wish to kill them, though I may survive? O maintainer of all creatures, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in the exchange for the three worlds, let alone with this earth.
Yes, so verse 30 to verse 35, he is explaining only different ways
Hello.
of compassion. Yes, yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Hello.
Arjuna has addressed Krishna.
Mataji's screen is shared.
Yes.
I'm not able to see it.
Who is speaking?
Mataji, I am reading.
I'm not able to see your screen, Mataji.
Arjuna has addressed Lord Krishna as Govinda because Mataji.
Raju Prabhu, one
I'm
second.
Dharnishwari speaking here. I'm not. Suddenly the screen went off.
Can you see now? I refreshed it. Dharnishwari Mataji, can you see now?
Hello. Yeah. Arjuna has addressed Lord Krishna as Govinda because Krishna is the god of all the. Krishna is the. I think it is your. I think
Object.
Yeah, object of all the pressures for cows and senses. By using this significant thing, Arjuna indicates that what will satisfy his senses. Although Govinda is meant for satisfying our senses, if we try
Not
to
meant. Mataji, you're cutting words. I think your screen. Are you joining through mobile?
Yeah, Mataji.
I have been through it before. Yes. So although Govinda is not meant because the meaning will change.
Yeah,
Now
actually, it is not showing the text there for me. Actually,
you have to scroll right, left.
I think.
Okay.
If we try to satisfy the senses of
Govinda.
Okay, someone can read Mataji because my phone is having some issues.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Mataji, just pinch out, like zoom out and zoom in.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Yeah, Raju
Hello.
Prabhu, please take over.
Yeah, someone can read. Yeah.
Are you still here, Raju Prabhu?
Okay.
Mataji, I am continuing. Although Govinda is not meant of the satisfying our senses,
Arjuna has addressed
if we are
the
trying
Lord
to satisfy the sense of Govinda,
Yeah, Raju
then
Prabhu,
automatically our own senses, Mataji,
Your voice is cracking. If you're using a Bluetooth speaker, then please change it to a wired one because
May I
you
take
all
over
we
now?
can hear your mouth.
May I take over now?
Yeah, Prabhu, let's give him one chance and then next verse you can read. Raju Prabhu, can you try again because your voice is cracking for me.
Mataji, if I unmute it, so I'm getting cracking. Let take it someone else. Maybe my phone is problem.
Mataji, can I read?
Yes, Mataji, I think Shailesh Kumar Prabhu wanted to read.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
Prabhu,
you.
go
Thank
ahead.
you.
I'll start from the paragraph itself. Arjuna had addressed Lord Krishna as Govinda because Krishna is the object of all pleasures for cows and the senses. By using this significant word, Arjuna indicates that what will satisfy his senses. Although Govinda is not meant for satisfying our senses, if we try to satisfy the senses of Govinda, then automatically our own senses are satisfied. Materially, everyone wants to satisfy his senses, and he wants God to be the order supplier for such satisfaction. The Lord will satisfy the sense of living entities as much as they deserve, and not to the extent that they may covet. But when one takes the opposite way, namely when one tries to satisfy the senses of Govinda without desiring to satisfy one's own senses, then by the grace of Govinda, sense, uh, sense of Govinda, without the desiring of the satisfying one's own senses, then by the grace of Govinda, all desires of living entities are satisfied. Arjuna's deep affection for the community and the family members is exhibited here partly due to his natural community and family members is exhibited here partly due to the natural compassion for them. He is therefore not prepared to fight. Everyone wants to show his opulence to the friends and relatives, but Arjuna fears that all his
Relatives and friends will be killed in the battlefield.
just a minute, and he will be unable to share his opulence and after victory. This is a typical calculation of the material life. The transcendental life is, however, different. Since a devotee wants to satisfy the desire of the Lord, he can, Lord willing, accept all kinds of opulence of the service of the Lord. And if the Lord is not willing, he should not accept a farthing. Arjuna did not want to kill his relatives, and if there were any need to kill them, he desired that Krishna kill them personally. At this point, he did not know that Krishna had already killed them before their coming into the battlefield, and he was only to become the instrument for Krishna. This fact is disclosed in the following chapters. As a natural devotee of the Lord, Arjuna did not like to retaliate against his miscreants. Uh, no, you're scrolling it. I'm losing track of it.
Sorry, I've highlighted it. Miscreant cousins.
Miscreant cousins and brothers, but it was the Lord's plan that they should all be killed. The devotee of the Lord does not retaliate against the wrongdoers, but the Lord does not tolerate any mischief done to the devotee by the miscreants. The Lord can excuse a person on his own account, but he excuses no one who has done harm to his devotees. Therefore, the Lord was determined to kill the miscreants, although Arjuna wanted to excuse them.
See, this is the very elaborate, thank you, Prabhu, for reading.
Yeah.
Reason that Srila Prabhupada is saying that this is all a result of the material compassion, material compassion, material compassion. This is a very common talk, right? The very common talk that each one will give. If someone is put in a situation that Arjuna was in, each one, this will go across the mind, even for a person who is trying to be a devotee of Krishna. And Krishna is going to slash it. Very important from verse 30 to 35, second reason compassion is given. And from now verse 36, sinful reactions is going to be revealed. Who would like to read? Prabhu, you want to continue or or Annapurna Mataji? Okay.
Mataji, I will read.
You can read Mataji, Dharneshwari Mataji.
Yeah, I have book. From book I will directly read Mataji.
Okay, but can Chalesh Prabhu read this because I
Yeah.
already asked him?
Yeah.
I
no
can
issue.
do that.
Prabhuji, go ahead.
The Hindi script, can it be a little lower?
Mama, go down.
That's it. That's it. Papa Seva Shreya Dasman Havate.
We can help you, Prabhu. Or Prabhu, doesn't matter however you read, just try. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Papam Evastreya Asman Hat Vaitan Atyahi Nah Tasman Narha Vyayam
Antum.
Hantam.
It's Rashtra.
I'm unable to. It's a bit.
Mataji, may I read?
Yeah, please
That
go ahead.
only
Prabhu
shloka.
has to give 1 second. Railesh Prabhu has to give you permission. You're taking
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Read.
पापमेवाश्रयेदस्मान् हत्वैतानाथ तायिन तस्मान्नार्हा वयं हन्तु धार्तराष्ट्रान् स्वबान्धवान् स्वजनं हिं कथं हत्वा सुखिन स्याम माधव.
Very nice. Thank you. Prabhu, you can come back and read for us. Railesh Prabhu.
Okay. Sin will.
Thank you, Roshan.
Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of the fortune, and how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Purport. According to the Vedic injunctions, there are 6 sides of aggressors: a person's giver, a poison giver, one who sets fire to the house, one who attacks with the deadly weapons, one who plunders the riches, one who occupies another land, and one who kidnaps a wife. Such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. Such killing of the aggressor is quite befitting for any ordinary man. But Arjuna was not an ordinary person. He was saintly by character, and therefore he wanted to deal with them in saintliness. This kind of saintliness, however, is not for a Kshatriya. Although a responsible man in the administration of the state is required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. For example, Lord Rama was so saintly that the people were anxious to live in his kingdom, Ramrajya. But the Lord Ram never showed any cowardice. Ravana was an aggressor against Rama because he kidnapped Rama's wife, Sita, but Lord Rama gave him sufficient lessons unparalleled in the history of the world. In Arjuna's case, however, one should consider the special type of aggressor, namely his own grandfather, own teacher, friend, sons, grandsons, etc. Because of them, Arjuna thought that he should not take the severe step necessary against the ordinary aggressor. Besides that, saintly persons are advised to forgive. Such injunctions for saintly persons are more important than any political emergencies. Arjuna considered that rather than kill his own kinsmen for the political reasons, it should be better to forgive them.
On grounds of religion.
Just hold on. I lost the track now. The scrolling, it just leaves me off.
On grounds of religion and saintly behavior. It's up top, Prabhu.
Kill his own political reasons, it would be better to forgive them on grounds of religion and saintly behavior. He did not therefore consider such killing profitable simply for the matter of the temporary bodily happiness. After all, kingdoms of the pleasure derived therefrom are not permanent. So why should he risk his life and eternal salvation by killing his own kinsman? Arjuna's addressing of Krishna as Madhava or the husband of the goddess of fortune is also significant in his connection. He wanted to point out to Krishna that as husband of the goodness of fortune, goddess of fortune, he should not have to induce Arjuna to take up a matter which would ultimately bring about misfortune. Krishna, however, never brings misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Very nicely read.
All right.
The
Thank you.
6 kind of aggressors: poison giver, sets fire to the house, attacks with deadly weapons, plunders riches, occupies another's land, and kidnaps a wife. They have to be. We have to fight. We cannot be like, oh, Krishna will take care. No, we have to fight. So I think we can stop here today, because rest of this last part of the chapter is, which is very churning the chapter now. So today we read that 127 verse. Arjuna gives first reason of compassion, that I'm not gonna fight. 1.27, you can make a note. And then from 1.30 to 1.35, he's talking about enjoyment, that how will I enjoy the kingdom which will be tainted with the blood of my relatives. And then 1.36, he's starting to give a reason for sin. It's sinful, right? He says there, Papam eva shrayad asman. Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressor, because he's thinking that they are not fitting into any of these categories. But actually, the Kauravas are fitting into each one of these categories. They tried to give poison, right? The poisonous cake was given to the Pandavas. So that's one. Sets fire to the houses. So they were put in a lakh house, and the fire was
Lakhagra.
Yes, so they are fitting. One who attacks with deadly weapons. They tried to kill Bhima. They tried to kill so many times the Pandavas with deadly weapons. One who plunders riches. They already did that. It was their rightful property. Pandavas' rightful property to be the king. But they already plundered. The Kauravas did that, right? One who occupies another's land was also done. One who kidnaps a wife. So Prabhupada explains, kidnaps a wife. They tried to insult Draupadi. So that is a kind of a kidnap. They tried to insult Draupadi, but they could not do that, but they tried. So actually, Kauravas are fitting into all the 6 categories. But Arjuna is saying we should not slay such aggressors. Very deep. Vedic knowledge is deep. Every word has a meaning. So such aggressor means, in his mind, that they are not fitting into all these categories. But really, they are fitting into all these categories. So I'm going to take you back to some of the questions. Let's see if we can do something. We did these. Mamakaha, Dhritarashtra being fearful, Sanjaya being able to see the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Till what question we did? 4 signs of victory, Hanuman significance. What is the meaning of the word Gudakesha? Please raise your hand. We read it today. Please raise your hand.
Mataji?
One who overcome the sleep.
Mataji. You're a senior student. You should be the one taking the class. That's your level. Yes. Annapurna Mataji and Kandaku. I'm sorry, Mataji. Mataji, how
Call her Sandhya Rani.
You can call me Sandhya.
Sandhya is the
Okay,
correct.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Gudakesha means who conquers sleep and ignorance.
Yes. And yes, thank you. Annapurna Mataji, you want to say?
Yes, same thing, Mataji. Same thing.
Very nice. The meaning of the word Gudakesha. So it's Arjuna's name. List 6 kinds of aggressors. I can open the book and show you, but somebody remembers my memory. Please
I can
raise
tell
your
you.
hand.
May
Raise your hand.
Poison giver. Then who?
Shashi Prasad Prabhu, 1 second. Let's give chance to someone else.
One who set fire.
Who is speaking?
Dharneshwari madam is speaking.
Okay. She's a very senior devotee. She's reading Bhagavatam nowadays.
Okay, we'll call the names, madam. Padmadaji.
Yes. So please raise your hand and participate. Shivangi Mataji. Yes, Mataji. What are the 6 kind of aggressors? Mataji,
Jai
unmute
Mataji.
yourself.
Hey, what about me?
Shivangi Mataji, you want to
Yes.
answer?
Yes, Mataji. Hello.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
One who kidnaps a wife. One who sets fire to house. A poison giver. Who occupies someone's else land.
Yes.
That's all I'm remembering. Use of deadly weapons.
Yes.
Yes.
Help your classmate. Please help her out.
Poison
Yes.
givers. Poison
She
givers.
said that. She said that. She said that.
One who reaches
Okay.
plunders.
Yes.
Yes.
So anybody would like to summarize? Annapurna Mataji, would you like to summarize? Shivangi Mataji,
Yes,
perfect
Mataji.
answer.
Yes, poison
Yes.
givers, those who use the deadly weapons, those who take the other's riches, another's land, and those who kidnap another's wife.
There's one more.
Yeah.
You said 5. Poison giver,
Sets
riches,
fire,
plunder,
sets fire,
land,
sets
plunder.
fire.
That's fire. Very nice. This Mataji wants to answer. Can I give her a chance? Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Poison giver, somebody who sets house on fire, kidnaps a wife, attacks with deadly weapons, riches,
Takes away someone's riches.
takes away someone's land.
That's it. Hari bol, Mataji. Yes, thank you. So I don't think we did this. Progressive steps leading towards the destruction of a dynasty. We will do that question number 10 tomorrow. Oh, I wanted to bring this up. So when we say there's surrender, surrender, surrender to Krishna, there are 6 divisions of surrender. Chaitanya Chaitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 22, verse 100. 6 divisions of surrenders are acceptance of those things favorable to devotional service, rejection of those things unfavorable, conviction that Krishna will give protection, acceptance of the Lord as one's guardian or master, full surrender and humility. So these are the full surrender and humility, full self-surrender and humility. Self-surrender has 3 levels: karmana, manasa, vacha, by body, by mind, and by work. Words, not work, words, body, mind, and words. Surrendering everything to Krishna. These are the 6 levels of surrender. Anyway, so I will, so how do we go about it? Do you all want to do what I said, or you still want to go through first chapter and next week we decide if
Mataji, you told
what?
that you will give some words, something to do from next time.
Well, definitely you all have to tell me different names that have been used to address Krishna and Arjuna in so far whatever we have read. Definitely what verse Arjuna is addressing Krishna as what, and what verse Krishna has been addressed, Arjuna has been addressed by what name. So we need to make this thesis. Everybody can do. I will also do that.
Yes,
homework.
Mataji, and the group, how can we make the group?
Yeah, so you all have to choose amongst yourself. You
Mataji,
can talk on WhatsApp.
you only make the group, Mataji.
No, Prabhu, it's working. Yes, Prabhu, go ahead.
Mataji, now I have taken the attendance, so maximum 25 people have come. I'll myself make it into groups and communicate in our WhatsApp.
Yes, but Prabhu, I am already doing this group thing with my ladies group on Saturdays.
Okay.
They do projects together. So what I did over there is, if you want to spend time with each other for one more class and see who is in the class and reach out, that's fine. I don't want it to be a forced thing, and it worked out very well with the ladies. It must definitely work out here, and we have been doing it for 4 months now in that group.
Okay.
So
Prabhu, one more request.
So why don't you initiate a conversation on WhatsApp group, Shashi Prasad Prabhu, Roshan, and see, and then I will write the assignment in the group only.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Shashi
Oh,
Prasad
this is.
Prabhu.
Tell Mr.
Go ahead.
Karthik
One more
Prabhu.
request to.
Karthik Prabhu.
Yeah, okay. If you can mention like which group has to work on Bhagavatam, which group has
How
to
many
work
groups
on
are to be made, Mataji?
Bhagavad Gita, that will be helpful.
Yeah, sure. That's what.
Thanks.
While initiate a conversation in the group, and now as per Mataji's instruction, we will take it forward, allocating the groups, the topics.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So, well, instruction. So, Prabhu, it has to be self-driven. See, I'm not putting up an exam. I'm not, even though whoever is chanting 16 rounds, Prabhu spoke to me today. He wants to launch Bhakti Shastri on 27th October. So, even though so Bhakti Shastri is going to be launched on 27th of October, most likely. And Prabhupada Ashraya. So, whoever is chanting 16 rounds, Ramesha Prabhu wants to do those things. But whoever is not chanting 16 rounds can, I don't want to stop this group. But it's a mixture of everyone, chanting, not chanting, and chanting 16 and more. That's fine. So what I'm proposing is that it has to be self-driven, that I want to learn it. It should not be an additional work on top of everything that we do. We do a lot of work, right? Maintaining family, job, and the time of the world which we are in is not very conducive. So I do not want it to become like a work. It has to be something which is like a recreation, that I want to take a break from my work, and that's why I'm going to do it. So that is why I do not want to be so strict that you only can associate with this group. No, all of you choose. Shashi Prasad Prabhu is very good in administration. He's going to initiate the talk. Roshan is also very nice in assisting. And all of you choose at least 4 people in a group, and I think 4 or 5 groups will come up. And in the group, choose a leader, rotate a leader. ISKCON Mumbai and ISKCON Vrindavan has so many devotees. They rotate leaders. Temple president is changed every month or every 2 months. So rotate. This week I will be the leader of the group. Next week I'll be the leader of the group. So the leader of the group allocates. I will give the references. I will give the main assignment. So make it like a fun. And if it is becoming too much, we'll leave it. Okay? We'll just leave it. Is it clear to everyone what my intention is? My intention is not to make you work and read, and then we're going to leave we're going to lose people. That's my experience. We're going to lose people if we're going to impose so many rules, regulations, studying. Okay. Does anyone have any question? Hare Krishna. I'm audible, right?
Yes, Mataji, but no questions.
Sorry. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, so this is Purushottam Mass. This is a discounted devotional service available. You know how when we go to the market and we look for sales, like that, the devotional service is on sales this month. Means it's a very pious month. It comes once in 3 years. And it assumes the nature of Krishna. That is why the name is Purushottam Mass. Initially, it was called as Mala month. Means nowhere to belong.
Adhik Maas.
Charge. Yes, Adhika Maas. Yes, Adhika Maas. I don't know the meaning of the word Adhika, but Purushottam
Adhik is additional.
Extra.
See, it is for compensating the solar to lunar calendar. It is compensating that.
Yes. So please do some devotional service every day. Something every day. Like I took a vow from my class in 3 p.m. that someone will chant 1 extra round. Whoever is not chanting will chant 1 round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Just 1 month of your life. If you're going to live 100 years, 1 month is nothing to chant Hare Krishna, right? So please, I'm requesting, so Krishna will recognize that this person is doing it. Okay, thank you.
Mataji, what about the groups?
Prabhu, Shashi Prasad Prabhu is going to initiate the talk in the.
But Mataji, we haven't associated with any of them, so we will not be able to make the groups on our own.
So then wait 1 more class. We can always wait. That's fine.
But then too, Mataji, we can't guess who is how.
All are Krishna consciousness.